So, you clicked on this video and know me for being the ring game boost guy. Why don't you just use level 4 instead of ring game boost builds? You know what, chat? How about this? Why don't you just shut the I'm not actually the ring game boost guy. I wish I was. I'm working on it. But I just want to ask you one question. Do you want your world match games, and especially when Legend Comp Round 2 rolls around, do you want your Legend Comp games to go like this? So let's talk about this. What is this video going to be going over? We're going over ring game boost, not just ring game boost. We're going over power slipstream ring game boost builds. Now, you might be wondering, why can't I just use speed, acceleration, and handling your boost vehicles? I'm just going to throw this disclaimer out right now. You can, but this video will primarily be about power ring game boost builds. This is because my main archetype is power slipstream ring game. With snaking, I very much love this build, so I'm going to teach you guys how to not only play this archetype, well, I guess how to play this build, what maps you should go to, what crossroads you should go to, and how you should build your power vehicle with your character combo. Now, there will be a lot of very particular information that is very subjective, so please take everything with a grain of salt. I understand that some of this may be like, oh, well, you should use power vehicle, I understand. Again, remember, this is all subjective. It is based on my opinions, especially playing it at where I'm currently ranked at, which is Legend 3. So there is definitely a lot of room for mistakes, human error, and just improper understanding of the game. So please take everything with a grain of salt, like I said like 2 seconds ago. But anyways, let's get on to the video. First, let's start with something very important. Let's start with the build. Now, hold on there, Destello. Listen, I guess I'm going to say to you guys, Legend Comp Round 2 has just dropped. We know what we're going to be playing with. We will be playing with our normal play size of 6 gadget slots, but each gadget can only be 1 slot in size. Will we be going over builds that pertain to Legend Comp Round 2? Not in this video. I think this video should be specifically only for power ring game boost builds, like I stated, and some other ring game boost builds that could work with some other vehicle types. Now, will I be releasing a Round 2 Legend Comp build analysis and build theory? Yes, it will be. This will be later down the line. I'm going to be very busy with a few things though, so unfortunately, I'm not going to be going over those builds in this video. Sorry to anyone that was hyped for that, but I will be going over some ideas in the next video, so please be patient for that. Anyways, let's get back to your regularly scheduled program. So let's talk about builds. Ring Game Boost has a lot of amazing builds and a lot of fun builds. Now, you might be wondering, why is Spin Drift here? I've been winning on it, so I'm only showing it right here as a little joke and a little nod to the fact that I've won with it. I hate the fact I have. It's stupid, but I love it simultaneously. Anyways, let's get on to the real builds. So, the primary build you're going to see a lot of is Acceleration Character Kit or Ring Game Boost 2, Slipstream Bounty, and Mini Ring Thief. This is the kit in its entirety. It's a very good kit. If the kit ends up getting nerfed to Ring Game Boost 1, then it's going to be Ring Game Boost 2, Slipstream Bounty is going to take over. So in the cases of that happening, just convert from this to this. So that way every build will line up. I know it kind of sucks if it gets a nerf, but hey, we accept what we get, and the fact that we've even had this kit is super awesome. This kit's been super fun, and it's very enjoyable. Now, Acceleration Character Kit, and with Ring Game Boost 2, how do you want to min-max this? I think Dash Panel Mini Bounty is one of the best one-slot gadgets for this build. I don't think anyone would argue with me on this unless you think like something else is better, but I think most people would agree. Ring Game Boost 2 with Slipstream Bounty and Dash Panel Mini is probably the best combination of Ring Game Boost gadgets. Now, why specifically Dash Panel Mini? You know, like, why not Ring Mercy? Or hey, why not do Ring Range Up? Or do Mini Ring Thief? Or not Mini Ring Thief, do something else. Why not do any of these other gadgets? Why specifically do we run Dash Panel Mini? So the reason why we run Dash Panel Mini is there are a lot of tracks with a lot of air gates and dash panels, which is amazing for getting tons of Ring Game Boost benefits. Not only that, this is probably arguably the best gadget for the final lap and the final stretch, because there's so many dash panels on the final stretch that giving that extra speed, even for just like those couple seconds, is more than enough to turn the tide of the race and steal a position from someone or steal multiple positions from people after they've gotten hit. It is so beyond amazing. It's not even funny. Now, let's say this. You don't like Dash Panel Mini and you want to swap that out. So there's actually a lot of potential swaps. You can do Slipstream Bounty here and do double Slipstream Bounty, which gives you 1 ring every quarter of a second rather than 1 ring every half second. Very good, especially for ring generation. It is super nice, and you get 100 rings well before you even get through half of the track. It's very beneficial. You have Ring Range Up, which is also not bad, especially if you're taking your ring lines well, or maybe you need to be a little more lenient with them and you want to take tighter lines, but you still want to grab rings. Ring Range Up is not a bad option either. You can do Ring Gain Mini if you really wanted to, but I think if you're going to commit to this, just go ring game boost 2 and then throw dash panel mini on the kit like this. Now, this kit has a lot of weaknesses. I'm going to go over the main one is you're super reliant on rings. If for whatever reason someone is taking all your rings in front of you, you get hit multiple times, or you basically have no way to generate any rings, you're dead in the water. I think having level 2 and level 3 quick charge actually gives you potential to not have to worry about ring game boost, it also doesn't make you completely reliant on it. It makes it so that way you're combining 2 parts together to make a very well-rounded gadget set. Now, there are a lot of other kits you could do. Again, Spindrift, I've talked about this already, it's a joke, but I'm here just because. You could do this kind of setup, which is something I actually did in Legend Comp Round 1, where I was running Dark Chao Starter and Inventory Plus. Now, you could run Short Fuse. Short Fuse is actually a very underappreciated gadget. I think this gadget is very good. Bomb is probably the best defensive attack item in the game, especially when you can charge up to 3 stages in nearly an instant. And not only that, people do not want to get hit by this. If you get hit by this bomb and get crushed when it's level 3, you're done. Like, you are completely done. It is beyond messed up when you get hit on this on the final lap, because 9 times out of 10, you lose so many positions, especially at the final stretch on the final lap. Now, let's say you don't want to run this. What else can you run? You could run Ring Mercy if you really wanted. I think this gadget is fake. Now, the reason I say it's fake, it's not because it's a bad gadget, because getting 10 rings after getting hit is actually really nice, because when you get crushed by a bomb, monster truck, or weights, if I'm correct, you get half the rings back that you've lost, which is actually really good. But the problem is the speed boost that you get from it is actually very minimal, because you're only collecting 1 ring by the game standards, not 10 individual rings. So your boost is actually very tiny. Whereas if you were to say like this gave you 10 1 rings and it was like ding 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 ding, you would actually get up to speed almost instantly, like it's quick recovery for 1 slot in a sense. But unfortunately, it's not. I think Short Fuse is good. I think Ring Mercy is You could run, where is it at? You could run Wisp Chance Up. This is actually also a very good gadget. This is a very underappreciated gadget because I don't see a lot of people run this. Now, I could be wrong, and there's tons of people that run this. I'm just stupid. If I am, you can call me out in the comments. But Wisp Chance Up is actually very good, especially because this allows you that if you fall behind because you get hit tons and tons and tons of times, you have Drill, you have Laser, you have all the Wisps, you have the triple Wisp, you have the single Wisp. There's so many Wisps in the game that are super potent when it comes to their usage. So I highly recommend, if you don't want to run, say, Dash Panel Mini, or you don't want to run level 2 or level 3 quick charge, try slamming Wisp Chance Up, try slamming Short Fuse, try slamming Ring Range Up, try slamming a couple things, because there's a lot of fun gadgets that you can run with this. And this is basically a 5-slot combo right here, just these 3 gadgets alone with level 2, level 3, and XL Character Kit. So this 6th single slot is basically a universal thing that you can kind of slot whatever you like in. I highly recommend, though, still Dash Panel Mini Bounty is going to be the best, especially if you're going to run power snaking like I do with Ring Game Boost. Now, let's talk about the vehicles. So, how would you go about making your vehicle combos? So, as you see here, I have 42 speed, 48 boost, but 15 handling, right? This looks horrible. The reason why it looks bad is because you're not running this with power characters. You're not meant to run this with power characters, funny enough. Trail Runner is meant to be with handling characters, in my opinion, or boost characters like Miku, and when Whisper comes out, Whisper, I, SpongeBob. I think if you're really trying to min-max your stats, I say SpongeBob if you own the DLC, if you don't want to use Miku. I think Miku is generally the best character for Trail Runner combos because of the stats. The stat line is just absolutely like chef's kiss. It is beautiful. Now, let's say you do want to run a power character, right? Because like, if we do speed characters almost hit the handling cap. They're actually at 25 handling or higher. I say as long as you hit 25 handling, you're pretty good to go. So power characters are the only one that are actually suffering here, and some acceleration characters. So you might be wondering, how am I supposed to fix this, right? One other thing, if you are running Excel Character Kit and you want to have boost, take Excel Character Kit off, run Ring Game 2 and Slipstream Bounty. That will fix this -5 boost because you want as much boost as you can get. So anyways, off topic, let's go to this. So like, let's say I love Zavok. I'm a Zavok main. I think Zavok is amazing, right? I got the purple AI skin and everything. He's awesome. I highly recommend find a build that has 25 handling at least. This allows you to take a lot of turns very well. It's actually a build I use online. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't automatically mean this is the best build for him, but you can do so many things with these combos and you can make a lot of very fun combos. Now, maybe you want more handling, right? Then, okay, if you want more handling, I would say pick Silver or Cream. I would say Silver, and then you can do so many combos. Like this gives you 40 handling for 44 speed, 54 boost. That's not terrible. If you do have the Werehog DLC, you can full commit to Beast Spike. Not terrible. terrible. Now, let's say this, you don't have B-Spike, right? You're probably missing it. So, if you're missing B-Spike, you could actually commit to Fang Loader, which Fang Loader is the next best in slot handling-wise. Now, if you don't want Fang Loader, you could always do Beat Gator. Beat Gator's fine, but it's more power, but less boost and acceleration. Cross Dozer's fine, and even Egg Drillster Mark II is actually perfectly fine. Like, there's a lot of good combos. I think Dragon Brave is probably going to be your best combo just because of the higher speed and boost that you get for a little less handling, and it gives 40 acceleration, 60 power. It's very well rounded. But if you can, try to find combos with B-Spike, because there are a lot of combos that B-Spike makes that give you these good stats that you need. Now, again, in my opinion, Trail Runner is just going to be objectively the best one, especially if you run Miku or if you run Whisper when Whisper releases. But I think this is currently the best Trail Runner character combo. Now, again, try to reach at least 25 handling if you want to run a power character. 25 handling is shockingly not hard to hit, and it's all because of Fang Loader. Fang Loader allows you to hit that 25 handling very, very easily, and if you had B-Spike, you're actually able to throw Trail Runner wheels on, which gives you more boost in speed. And like all my combos, if you look at them, they all have Trail Runner wheels, because Trail Runner has the best speed and boost, and it's just not contestable. You can circumvent the 20 handling with a little less speed and boost, that's perfectly fine, but if you can handle less handling, then go for it. Run full Trail Runner, because Trail Runner is just the best power vehicle in the class. It is beyond good. The only bad thing is just handling. That's its only caveat. Other than that, let's move on from this point, from the builds. Let's move on to the maps, because there are some very particular maps you should be picking, so let's get on to it. So when it comes to map choices, Power Slipstream builds have a lot of great choices and a lot of terrible choices. Now, this depends on how you play the build and how you play the game, but for the most part, if you're playing this build optimally and in the way that I usually play it, then you're going to want to pick a lot of the crossroads, especially maps like Holoska, Cyberspace, Magma Planet, and Hidden World. Now, what makes these tracks really good? Well, all these tracks have some form of either water or flight, which is incredible, and if not, they have both. Like, for instance, we have Holoska here that has both a flight section and the water section. I mean, it's combined, but still, it is very good because you charge your level 2 and level 3s a lot quicker in the water and flight sections. Not only that, this is your main moment to catch up. All these air gates, boat gates, dash panels makes it absolutely amazing for catching up and making your comeback. I mean, heck, at the start of this clip, I was at 12th place, and now look at me, I'm already caught all the way back up to first place. It's just insane to think about like how one map pick is more than enough to make you come back from the depths of 12th place, genuinely. Now, granted, there are a lot of bad maps. Mainly maps that are bagging centric are very terrible for you, because this build is not meant to be a bagging build. This build is specifically meant to be a mid to front pack runner, primarily in third place is the best case scenario for you. So I'll talk on that a little bit more later, but you want to be looking for any track that has a good amount of water, a good amount of flight, such as Aqua Forest, Eggman Expo, Rainbow Garden's also a great track. You have Cyberspace if you can get it on Crossworld. If you see the Crossworlds that are very favorable, if not pretty much every Crossworld except for, I would say, Sweet Mountain and I would say Roulette Road. Besides those two, pretty much every Crossworld is very beneficial for Snake Stream builds. That's what I'm dubbing this from here on out, I don't care. But it is very beneficial. I mean, heck, again, I pop shield here, I get 10 plus speed because of how shield works. Don't ask me why it does, and I get first place, all because I got Holoska, and it allowed me to transition that specific Crossworld into a first place all the way from 12th. So, to further elaborate on why Level 4 Tech Drift hates flight maps and hates water maps, let's put it in perspective. I'm going to Kraken Bay on Coral Town, and there's 5 people using Ultimate Charge in this race. Now, here's the thing. Because Ultimate Charge takes so long to charge up, and we have waves and things of that nature, it takes exponentially longer for them to actually charge their drift up. As for me, though, because I have level 2, level 3 quick charge, I don't have to worry about trying to get level 4. I can just keep popping level 3, pop level 3, pop level 3, and just keep infinitely chaining it. And it makes it very easy for me to just continuously front run and hold items forever. Like, I have no fear in holding my items here. I have no fear of having to drop them because I can just permanently run this race for the rest of the time. Well, meanwhile, level 4 players have to worry about, oh, is this wave going to bump me up? Am I not going to get my level 4 charge here? Or am I going to have to do this, that, or the other? Is the flight section going to take a little bit longer to charge up because I have to go back and forth constantly, so it takes longer for my drift to charge? There's so many more factors for them to worry about in flight and boat, whereas with power vehicles and other vehicles that can charge quickly with level 2, level 3, there's not, those factors don't exist for you because you're only going for level 3, and with level 2, level 3 quick charge, it's just bam, 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 snappy. Now, another big thing is, with playing these builds, you do have to take the main shortcuts that a lot of players are, and you have to know how to trap cuts very well. Like right here, I trap this magnet cut, I still make it even with the slime screwing me, and 2 people fall off because of my magnet. And this gives me a massive lead from having good item usage, and even then, I don't have a way to take this cut upcoming. I use my trap correctly, and I place my trap here, and now no one can take that cut unless they want to eat that item. And because of that, the storm had to go all the way around and take a really wide angle, which lost him time. Pac-Man couldn't take it. It was just amazing. This is the power of the Snake Stream build if you know what you're doing, and this is the power of choosing the correct maps. It makes you infinitely better. So let's talk strategies. Now, between all the plates, we're going to start with the first one, which is the Snake Stream plate. Now, for the Snake Stream plate, there's one specific way you want to play this, and you want to start with going to the very front of the pack early on. You want to try to avoid as many items as possible until you're able to choose the crossworld. Now, if the crossworld is one of the crossworld tracks, you're in a very, very good state, because if you get hit here, this is perfect for you, because getting hit here now allows you to purposely go back, grab items that are very important for lap 3, depending on what the track is. And if it's a track, let's say like Mystic Jungle, where you don't need to bag that many items, you just need to bag something like, hey, maybe grab a shield or grab Tornado or something, this is perfect for you. This means you're able to just go away with the race and run away with it once you get all the way back up to first after getting hit and get your items. There's a lot of big things. I highly suggest that the best place you can be in position-wise is actually third place, which is absolutely fantastic because you're dodging stuff like King Boom Boo and weights, whereas first and second place have to eat it. Now, granted, you still have to eat slimes, but if you have a way to dodge slime, like with Tornado, Shield, or Wisp, or like Triple Wisp if you obtained it, you're in a very, very good state. And if it's a crossworld, you're able to catch right back up, and it's very easy to make your comeback right here. Now, next, going on to the short fuse plate. The short fuse plate and other plates of this variety will fall under the same kind of idea where you want to front run early, try to get as far ahead as you can, pick the map that benefits you the most, or you think will give you the highest chance of just running away with a race. From there, you want to actually do the same thing. Probably fall back, grab any items that you can to catch up, and if you're in the front with the short fuse, say on like Mystic Jungle again, for instance, or even like Apotos, with these short, narrow tracks, short fuse allows you to just keep bam, 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 beaming at people with bombs. It makes it really hard for them to throw items at you without having to risk getting hit constantly. Now, as for Dark Chao ring game boost plates, Dark Chao is very, very good for bagging, and same goes for Wisp item chance or Wisp chance up, and Dark Chao plates really want to play back as much as humanly possible. They want to make sure that they're between 9th to 12th, trying to make sure that they get the best items they can. This is the best opportunity for you to try and front run early to avoid slicers, get hit purposely by gloves and whatnot, and then look to potentially set yourself up for throwing Dark Chao out or going for Wisp chance up items right on between places 9 to 12. This is the best position to get these really good items. It all really depends on where you're at position-wise and what's all happening in the current race. Now, there are some races where you cannot use Dark Chao because the pack is just too far apart. Courtesy of Knight for giving me this information. It's helped me a lot to actually really benefit my own knowledge for Dark Chao and to be able to spread some information about Dark Chao to you guys. But the big thing is that you really want to make sure that when you're using Dark Chao, you have to know the opportunities when you can and can't use it. And if you're going to sacrifice too much of your time to go sit in the back with Dark Chao, it's better to just either hold it until you absolutely need it, so that way, because things like slime don't come out when you're holding Dark Chao, which is actually really interesting, something I just found out recently. Now I could be wrong, call me out on comments if I am, but there are some times when just holding Dark Chao is just very beneficial, because people might start trying to bag way too hard for Dark Chao items, and this allows you to actually dictate the pace of the race if a lot of people are way too incentivized by the Dark Chao you're holding. So don't be afraid to hold Dark Chao in situations where you think it's necessary. I mean, I've had a few races in Legend Comp in round 1 where I actually held my Dark Chao for a huge majority of the race, and it benefited me where I was able to quickly get a first or second place just by holding it, using it at a time where it screwed everyone up, and it was undodgeable. It was perfect. Now, again, same thing goes. You want to try to make sure you get a crossworld that allows you to catch back up. If you don't get a crossworld that allows you to catch back up with any of these plates or any variety of the ring game boost plates that you've developed, it is perfectly fine to just handle the fact that you're going to have to deal with, say, like East Stadium or Sand Road. If you get Sand Road and you're bagging, it's very beneficial. But if you're running, say, the Snake Stream build where you want to try to get it as far ahead as possible and get to the front lines, you're going to have to really hope that you get some good items while you're in the back if you get hit a bunch. It really just comes down to what all happens in the race, but for the most part, try to pick shorter tracks that don't have a lot of impact when it comes, or items don't have a lot of impact on those tracks, because that is the best case scenario for this build. And even in the tracks where there's bagging involved, you can still run away with these races even with the fact that you have to bag. You can grab a shield, you can go grab a triple wisp, any of these things, and you can still take away the race from people. I mean, heck, even if it's a track that does favor bagging, or if a track that doesn't favor bagging, don't be afraid to grab good items. Like, don't be afraid to try to go for a shield. Don't be afraid to go for, say, Wisp. Don't be afraid to go for Monster Truck. All these things. It can very easily save you so much, especially in a meta that's completely about level 4. Just make sure you get the best items you can and try to play your items to the best of your ability. Other than that, there's not really any other strategy besides trying to stay in third place if you're at the tail end of the race where Waits and King Boo Boo can easily show up. And make sure you're holding your items until you absolutely need them, otherwise you're going to easily fall behind compared to level 4 and you're going to be completely thrown to the wayside. As for the final strategy, I'm going to just say this right now, like if you're using multiple ring gain boosts, like if you're stacking ring gain 2, and ring gain 1, I promise you it is not worth it. Like I've tested it myself, and honest to God, if you're just going to stack 3 sets of ring gain boost, best case scenario is you're probably going to get 3rd place, 4th place, even if with good item usage, because you're already significantly overcapping when you're slipstreaming behind people. So it's better to just stack ring gain boost 2 and like a mini ring gain boost at the most with a dash panel mini and do like short fuse or some other kind of variety, but please don't stack more than ring gain boost 2 and 1 together. Alright guys, I really couldn't keep this away from you, so let's talk about Legend Comp Round 2 builds, because I can't help it, I really just want to talk about builds. So, when it comes to Legend Comp Round 2, there's a couple builds that are probably going to be really good, probably be really bad. I'm going to be honest, I still think power vehicles are going to be the way in Legend Comp Round 2, just like they are for me when it comes to World Match. Now, this could be subject to change, obviously, some people could find better builds than what I'm using, but currently, I have a couple builds in mind for Legend Comp Round 2. So, for the first build, it is going to be Compound Interest, as I like to call it, which is you're going to compound level 2, level 3 Quick Charge, with a lot of ways to gain rings and run ring gain mini boost. Now, ring gain boost 1, as I like to call it, is not really the best gadget. The thing is, when you're in a gadget meta where you can't use ring gain 2, you can't use ult charge, you're not allowed to use friction drift, tech drift, counter quick charge, any of these gadgets, I feeling it's not the worst gadget, genuinely, and it's going to be really nice for stacking together with quick charges, and short fuse is kind of a weird gadget to throw in, but I think this is just going to be the best defensive item in Legend Comp Round 2 because there's going to be so many items going around, it's going to be highly chaotic, and with short fuse, you're actually able to hit people consistently, you're able to do a lot of things, which is very, very nice. Now, granted, you could do, like, potentially boost starter, you could potentially do dark Chao starter could be interesting. Giant rocket punch, I don't know, but giant spike ball, I don't know, but I do think short fuse is going to be the way to go. Now, in terms of other gadgets, like maybe attack item up, I think attack item up could work. I highly think Wisp Chance Up is a very, very good gadget for round 2. I think this is going to be another really good build. Now you might be wondering, why don't you just slam Extended Slipstream? Okay, let me just go over this real quick. Extended Slipstream is completely unnecessary. The times you will be slipstreaming, you're already going to be slipstreaming. You're not going to be slipstreaming from someone that's a mile away, especially in this Legend Comp where no one can use level 4 or any other method of like ring game boost. So the thing is, you are locked to 1 slots. People are not going to front run out of the way unless they have 0 items getting slammed, and by that point, you're outside of Extended Slipstream range. This is not going to benefit you at all. I highly think give up on trying to make Extended Slipstream work and use something like Wisp Chance Up to get much better items in case you go behind, so that way you can bag a little bit. It is very beneficial, and if not, if you want to play the aggressive front runner, I think short fuse is never bad because this is the best defensive attack gadget or attack item in the game. The best defensive attack item in the game, definitively, in my opinion. Air Trick Bounty, this could actually be pretty nice, and same thing with Starting Boost. These could be pretty nice because it's a really nice way to either get consistent rings or start off with a really nice amount of rings to the start of your race, especially if you get lucky and start in the back 4 placements, which gives you 60 rings at the start of the race. That can allow you to extremely easily take off. Now, in those scenarios, I don't know how viable it will be and how often you'll get it. Other than that, I don't think, like, unfortunately, I can't Spindrift, my beloved. I can't use you no more. But, like, I don't think Quick Start is going to be it. I think if you're running E-Gear, genuinely, if you're going to be an E-Gear player, then you're probably going to be running double boost tuner. You're going to drop the Slipstream boost, or the mini ring game boost, and the dash panel bounty, and you're going to drop double boost tuners with probably, like, Wisp Chance Up is what I'm assuming is going to happen with E-Gear, so you'll probably have something like this, where you keep Slipstream bounty, in my opinion, but you'll probably have a build similar to this, where you're going to have, like, 90-something boost easily, and if you don't really need the double boost tuners, right, maybe you don't want these and you only want the 1 boost tuner, then you're probably going to do some extended slipstream potentially, which I think even then, if you run this setup, I still don't think extended's necessary, genuinely. Like, in the times you're going to be slipstreaming, like, extended's not going to benefit you, genuinely. It's kind of a dead slot, because if people are front running and they're gone, this won't even benefit you at all. And if you're slipstreaming on people in mid-pack, then why do you need extended at that point? It's just dead. At that point, just run 130 ring, genuinely. Like, it's better to run 130 rings so that way when you get hit, you go to 80 rings, or you stay in 100 rings if you get crushed by a bomb, weight, monster truck, things of that nature. So that way, you actually can still keep going at max speed. Now, it's all subject to change based on who is doing what and how each build performs. I still think, like, power vehicles with a build similar to this, which is like a good all-arounder build that lets you either bag for good items, hard front run, or get easy ring generation that allows you to stay consistent. I think this is a pretty solid build, genuinely. This is going to be the one I'm actually planning on using, and if it's not this one, it is probably going to be a mix of this with short fuse, whiz chance up like I just showed, and I would probably say if it's neither of those, then probably the literal full ring tax build or full ring gen build. And if not, I'm going to run 130 ring so that way I can stay up to at max speed as long as I can. Especially if I get hit, I can just boom, 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 get all my rings right back, and I'm right back up to 130 pretty quickly. Now, do I think there's any standalone gadget that is going to be so mandatory to run? I really do think best gadgets for Legend Comp Round 2, Level 2, Level 3 Quick Charge are going to be mandatory in my opinion. Like, I think because Ring Gain Boost is completely dead for the most part outside of running mini Ring Gain Boost and you're stacking it with Level 2 and Level 3, I think Level 2, Level 3 have to be played. I think Slipstream Bounty is just a general good gadget that a lot of people are going to use. I think a lot of people are going to fall into the pit hole of running Extended, which again, if you run Extended and you find use with it, that is amazing. I'm happy for you. Keep running it. But in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be that like useful. I really do think other gadgets like Whisk Chance Up, like Short Fuse, and others are going to be way better than just running Extended Slipstream. But again, that's my hot take. That is just who I am, and that's just how I play the game. So what are my final thoughts on Ring Gain Boost overall? I think Ring Gain Boost as a build, and especially my current build of Chimera TT Runner or Snake Stream or whatever the heck I want to call it, whatever the heck you guys want to call it. I think, especially with Miku, I think this build is very, very viable. I have put some pretty good placements up against some decent players, some good players. Now, granted, level 4 is going to always be the best choice, especially if you're trying to be consistent, but I have been having a lot of success with this, and I'm going to keep using it. I am hoping that one day, we can see Ring Game Boost just have we have a surge of players that have so much skill expression just, literally radiating off of them that Ring Game Boost starts overtaking. And for all I know, we can see Ring Game Boost builds that take out the level 2, level 3, or have, some kind of variety where they just run Ring Game 2 and they run the TT variant of Ring Game Boost 2, you run Perfect Charge Bounty, level 2, level 3, we can see that. There's a whole lot of things. Right now, the game is still very new in its life cycle. It's literally fresh out of the gates. We've only had the game for, a quarter of a year now. There's still a lot to unpack with this game. There's still a lot of builds that have to be tested, even though everyone is just using level 4. Hopefully, we can have a lot of interesting builds, surge up. I'm very interested to see what a lot of people run, especially for Legend Comp Round 2. Just to finalize this, I think this is going to be my main setup for the most part, and I'm very excited for Round 2. I hope you guys are. I will be streaming literally the day of Round 2, and I'm beyond excited. Outside of being beyond excited for Legend Comp Round 2, have yourselves a great one. Thank you for watching the video, and unlike other YouTubers, I'm not going to ask you to like and subscribe. All I'm going to say is try out some Ring Game Boost, try out some Spin Drift, and have some fun while you're doing it.